name's Avi Cohen. I am a director, DP, here in LA. I shoot internationally. So I was in San Francisco trying to figure out what I was doing, and again started taking just gen ed classes, trying to figure out what was next for me. The two classes I took in the art field for my art prereqs in order to transfer were ceramics and film, and luckily for me it was the film that stuck and not ceramics, or I might be a struggling pot maker right now or something, So yeah, right away I found some real zen in filmmaking. I found myself 10 hours into learning an editing program and not having gone out to, find some girls or eat or do whatever people do. And I thought right away, man, that I really enjoyed this, and it was something that I should attempt pursuing professionally. And when I was 28 in that film class was the first time, it was one of those, 28 was the first time I put my hands on a computer with more than a gig of RAM and a camera. And it was just a really revolutionary time for me, even though I didn't know it. So I moved to LA, and I worked at the pet store on Melrose, cleaning dog kennels for $10 an hour. And at some point took my student loan money and bought a Sony EX1. At the time, it was the entry-level camera. The 5D wasn't around. The Red was still around $20K plus to get into the Red 1. And I was, a student without a car. I didn't have anything to shoot except for the city. And at some point, I got fired from the pet store, and I put an ad on Craigslist about that point saying $100, I'll shoot whatever. I haven't had a real job since, which is good. It's good. It's way better than getting a real job. I shot everything I could, man. I mean, everything from gypsy weddings to music videos, short films, everything that came along. And I really put my hands into everything. I worked for about 2 years and then put together enough money to buy a Red. And I feel like when I bought a Red Epic was, I don't know, it was the first time I had a world-class camera in my hands. I was just really, 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 really stoked on being able to go create, visual stories with a camera that the pros were using. The other thing it allowed me to do was sell myself into the next echelon of filmmaking without having to do as much talking. I don't know, it was a game changer. I'm a DP that's directing out of necessity. For me, I learned through doing the worst work in the world over Craigslist, what I don't want to do, And through learning what I don't want, I really learned what I like and what I like to shoot and what I'm good at. 10 years ago, for anybody to see your work, you had to have this distribution channel that was very formal, Paramount Pictures, blah, 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 whatever. And right now with the internet and social media and Facebook and YouTube and whatever, anybody can get their content seen and anybody can make money. I mean, it's any man's game right now. The weapon, for example, is, it being lighter and faster and cableless, and that stuff might not matter to the old dog or whatever, but to me, it means the world. I hope that these brands that build equipment start to cater to, because really I think building your kit and figuring out what works for you gear-wise is a huge defining factor in determining how you shoot and how your style is different from your competition style, which is important. All that stuff, at the end of the day, time is money, so you shave those seconds, which become minutes, which become hours, which becomes tens of thousands of dollars off of your productions. You can take that and you can put that into more helicopter gas or whatever. I think almost more exciting for me than being able to go from the gimbal to the tripod to handheld quickly is the ability to move the camera in ways it was never able to move before for the price it's able to do it now. No matter what the budget, be it big or small, I can take it and make it look more expensive and make my clients win. Maybe a year after I had my Red Epic, I started to look out into the world about that point for a solution that was sexier and smaller and lighter weight. I found the Viv right away, and I felt like it was a really nice middle ground in that it was clip-on, it was swing away, it was light, and it was affordable, and I bought it, and that's what I've used ever since then. Even as a director DP, like 80% of the time, I'm like, give me that camera, because I know what I want. And for me, when I want the camera back, and even though I have enough help changing lenses and swinging things around, I still want the camera to be nimble and handsome, and I get that with this, you know. With the innovation of gimbals and the revolution of gimbals, Bright coming out with the Atom has just really been a door opener. You can at any time hold any filter you need without rebalancing, and it weighs less than a filter. Being able to use filter solutions and not having like shutter down when I don't want to shutter down on a wide lens is super important, and it's something that I've been able to now do, which I was handicapped in the past. I had to just take the matte box off and tape the filter to the front. That was my only option before.